Good evening and welcome back to the channel. Breaking news out there is 11-time Group 1 winner Very Elleegant isn't eligible to run in the best race in the world on the flat, that is, which is the Elleegant OUT the Arc de Triomphe. And I am just confused. I've made a video and I'm just gonna rant on about how stupid this is. So for those that have never even heard of the horse before, it was a New Zealand-bred, Australian trained racehorse, I should say, which was probably the best racehorse in Australia for a very, very long time. It had some brilliant clashes with Elleegant, the William Haggish trained horse, to compare to it. Won some, it lost some, and she's been an absolute worldie for connections. She's won 11 Group 1 races, but somehow she's not eligible to run in the greatest flat race of all because she hasn't been good enough in her recent form. Well, that just doesn't make sense to me at all. So it moved from Chris Waller after winning 11 Group 1s, the Caulfield Cup in 2020, the Melbourne Cup in 2021, which is a highly contested international group race. Some of the English riders were Spanish Mission and other horses that this horse beat so impressively at the end of the day. Won the best race in Australia by 4 lengths. That was over 2 miles, and it's won Group 1s over 7 furlongs to a mile, and has moved to France. Was well beaten on debut when needed the run after a very long break, and then finished 3rd in a Group 2 at Longchamp, back over a mile and a half. Was just beaten over a length and a half in that contest. Was a length behind Bubble Gift that day, who is eligible to run in the Arc, but Very Elleegant isn't because her form isn't good enough and she hasn't achieved a higher overall rating, which for me completely doesn't make sense. If you look at some of the horses at the bottom of the betting for the Arc, Very Elleegant is in a different league. She's much better than Mostadaf, Selliware, Boom, Bubble Gift, Deep Bond. There's quite a few Japanese horses which don't have a chance, and there's some French horses which have somehow got into this race, and Very Elleegant cannot. I think the Elleegant de l'Arc de Triomphe, it adds an international occasion. You get horses from over the world, and we've got the chance for Australia's best horse in a generation. She's been compared to probably Winx, is the only one that can eclipse what she's done out in Australia, and she's come to a new place. She's had 2 starts which are both a prep for the Arc. She's not going to be 100%. Last start she was just beaten over a length in a Group 2, and what confuses me is she's been backed from 40 to 1 into 20 to 1 and 18 to 1 in places for the race. That shows the punters think she has a chance, and I think it is such a shame that she cannot get into the race. I'm not sure if, hopefully, Twitter can get to the people who have made this awful decision, because she should be in the race. She's won 11 Group 1s, which is more than about half the horses combined in the race, so it's a disgrace that she's not in it, but the race will go on either way. Who's going to win the Elleegant de l'Arc de Triomphe? For me, Torquato Tasso, I should say, last year's winner. Could this horse win back-to-back wins? German trade horse. Frankie Dettori was due to be riding it. They've gone back to the regular riding partner for this horse, and it finished 2nd in the King George, beaten 2 lengths by Pile Driver, comprehensively beat Mishriff, Boom, Westover, who he opposes. That horse has been backed and is as short as 9 to 1. Rob Hornby back on board, but this horse might just be right for the big occasion. Finished 2nd in a Group 1 in Germany last time out, beaten in a photo finish. Frankie Dettori did ride the horse that day. I don't think the small field and the slow early pace helped. Back at Longchamp, probably there's going to be some juice in the ground. I think there's a little bit of rain forecast later on in the race. It'll be tacky. There might be a bit of good in the description, but it'll be good to soft at least. Torquato Tasso back on softish ground. That would be my bet at this point, though of course I will be waiting until the final declarations. That horse is 8 to 1. It looks to be quite a classic renewal late on. Westover will be turning up. Verdini in the race after winning the Coral Eclipse. Also won the Prix de Jockey Club earlier on in the season at Chantilly over a mile and a quarter, and I saw on At the Races about 6 or 7 horses over the years have backed up that race and then gone on to win the Arc, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on. But for me, it's a sad note on the biggest race of all, €5 million up for grabs in the race, an international race, but they're not giving one of the best international horses we've seen in a very, very long time the chance to win. That's my viewpoint. Let me know yours in the comments down below, and of course like and subscribe, because I will be giving out some big tips over the weekend on the Saturday and the Sunday at Paris Longchamp. Hopefully a fantastic 2 days of racing, and I'll see you again very shortly.